So it's time to rebuild the other side of that massive trade that went down last Friday. We are going to be rebuilding the Minnesota Timberwolves with now Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo on the squad. What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I'm still in shock that this trade happened almost a week later. Yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns is no longer going to be a Timberwolf. It's going to be weird. They added Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, and adding two good players for one, yes, they get deeper, but I don't know how well they're going to fit this team. There could be some floor spacing issues with Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Randle, and Gobert specifically in that front court, and I do wonder if Anthony Edwards is going to try to play a little bit of point guard this year. That may not come fully till next year because Mike Conley is getting up there in age, but this turns into one of the best bench units in all of basketball. We're going to have Jaden McDaniels in the starting five, but Naz Reid off the bench with Dante DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You could talk about Joe Ingles, the rookies of Rob Dillingham and Terrence Shannon Jr., and I think Josh Minot and Leonard Miller could be something for them this season. But with that trade too, a lot of risk because Julius Randle has a player option at the end of the year for $30 million. He's probably going to opt out of it. I don't know why 2K has all these options as team options. It's a player option. For Rudy Gobert, $46 million player option. He probably is going to opt into that, but maybe he opts out to get a larger term deal. Naz Reid, we're going to opt out of that. So I'm probably going to decline all three of these at the end of the year. And I'm going to bring back Randle because that's the goal of this video, to win a title with Randle and DiVincenzo. I don't know if Gobert is going to be on this team next year. And since the G League just isn't a thing right now in 2K, we're going to have Rob Dillingham and Terrence Shannon Jr. in the rotation. I think Terrence Shannon Jr. could be really good for them this year since he's a lot older than Rob Dillingham. It's going to be Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, and Randle, Randle, and Gobert in the starting five with Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Terrence Shannon Jr., and Rob Dillingham off the bench. I'm not afraid to throw in a Keita Bates-Diop or Leonard Miller or Joe Ingles. And they did get a future first-round pick from the Pistons. They'll be lottery protected, but I think we should get it before it conveys, because I think it conveys around 27, 28, where it's like top 8 protected or top 9 protected, and the Pistons could definitely be a playoff team next season. And we start off the season in Los Angeles with a good chance on going 1-0 to start off the year. Anthony Edwards has 29 points on opening night. He's going to find Julius Randle in the corner there, who is guarded by Christian Wood. And it's just going to be weird to see Randle in a Timberwolves jersey. Obviously, that hasn't really been a thing, as what just happened right there? I don't know, man. He's just been in a New York Knicks jersey for so long. As LeBron's going to get a nice look, he's going to knock down that three to make it an 8-point game. But yeah, the goal of this video is to win a title pretty much with Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle. They get deeper, man. I thought DiVincenzo could win 6th Man of the Year in New York. He could win 6th Man of the Year in Minnesota, but they do have Naz Reid, so that's probably going to just run an issue into it. DiVincenzo step back 3. That is no good. But if Julius Randle is not shooting the ball well, how is Anthony Edwards going to be with that? And Anthony Edwards obviously really like Karl-Anthony Towns, and he was just there since 2015. He was the #1 overall pick, never requested a trade when they were so bad for so long. Find DiVincenzo there. Please give me that. Thank you. Bang. It's just the Timberwolves were so bad for so long, and finally they get good, and then they trade away Karl-Anthony Towns. It's kind of crazy. Who is kind of from the New York area, so that is cool. For Randle, we'll see if an extension happens. We're going to probably do it, as LeBron goes right at Naz Reid. Like, there's a chance next year's front court is going to be Julius Randle at the 4 and Naz Reid at the 5 if I let Gobert walk, as we're going to find DiVincenzo out to Ant, who's going to take a slow 3. He's going to miss that. But also, I think we can look at this team as LeBron is going to miss that 3, thankfully, as I think an opportunity where you could play a little bit bigger. Like, we could have Julius Randle as the small forward as Mike Conley hits that layup, and then you could have Naz Reid at the 4 and Gobert at the 5 if Jaden McDaniels is not a good shooter for us this year, because we are paying him a lot of money for his defense, and obviously we're going to prioritize that. But if we have Gobert out there, if we have Naz Reid, we have Randle, you have Ant, Conley, we have good defenders, as I'm throwing this game away. So I can maybe sacrifice McDaniels a little bit if we want to get Naz Reid in there as well with Randle and Gobert out there to have more floor spacing, or yeah, I guess a little bit better floor spacing if Naz Reid's gonna be better than McDaniels. As speaking of McDaniels, hit this 3 for me, please. He's gonna miss that. But just running a big man lineup out there could also be nice. Play a little bit of bully ball, so we'll see. So you got Gobert and Randle's guarding LeBron James. They never cross paths in LA. It's Gobert showing why he's the deep boy. Gets a massive block right there. Run in transition, Rudy, run. Kicked it out to Conley. We get fouled. We're fine. Luckily, I do hit one of them. Puts us up by 10 with 90 seconds to go. Minnesota, in my opinion, was the third best team in the West. I had OKC 1, I had Dallas 2, and then Minnesota 3 in my team rankings, which is on the Srosh channel. Link to that is in the description. Do I drop them? It would be only for Denver. I don't think I'm going to drop them yet. I still want to see how this team works. I mean, there's going to, I think, be some chemistry things right out of the gate, as I think for New York as well. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for these teams to get used to each other. But that was the thing Minnesota had going for them. It was just another year of Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert together. It was going to be year 3, the experiment. You know what? It could have been the best year yet, but they opted to break it up. And obviously that cat contract gets very gross, as he's going to be making $61 million. He's a good player in this league. $61 million should be for a top 10 guy, and he's just not one. Well, we start off the season with a 10-point win against the Lakers. Ant had 29. Hopefully, he could maybe flirt with an MVP award this season. That'd be really cool. We ended up beating the Kings by 18. Sabonis had a triple-double. I think the Kings could be a sleeper team, but Anthony Edwards, 26 points. Naz Reid, 24. 18, 11, and 7 for Randall. And then we beat the Toronto Raptors by 30 to start off the year. 23 points for Randall, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Jaden McDaniels with 20 points. He's off to a really good start this year. Through the team's first 27 games, we are 15-12. Would I be surprised if this team was 20-7 at this point? No. 15-12 isn't really where I'd like to be, as Anthony Edwards is putting up all NBA first team caliber numbers out of the gate. Julius Randle has been all right. The 3-point shot has been the worst it's been since the 2020 season, his first year in New York. Man, he really did shoot 41% from 3 in 2021. That was a fever dream. Naz Reid, going into a contract year, come on, Naz. Let's see that 3-point shot come around a little bit more. Dante shooting 42% from 3. Mike Conley still giving me good years at age 37. McDaniels is shooting 32% from 3. Gobert is averaging 2.3 blocks a night. Terrence Shannon Jr. has struggled. So Rob Dillingham has been a little bit better, who, you know what, I'm happy they were able to get him with the 8th overall pick. That really shocked me, and that could set them up with a nice backcourt long term of Dillingham and Ant. I think we're going to remove Shannon Jr. from the rotation right now, and we're going to get Joe Ingles, the veteran, in there. So 2K wasn't a big fan of the Knicks with Karl-Anthony Towns. They don't seem to be loving the Minnesota Timberwolves side of things, as we are 26-25 right now. We have a 2.1 point differential. Damn. And the challenge I have is I want to win a title with Julius Randle, right? He is the main part of this trade. We're trying to win a title with him, Dante DiVincenzo, around Anthony Edwards. I think if this was the result of this trade with Randle being a free agent at the end of the year, maybe the Timberwolves just trade away Julius Randle and just accumulate more depth, or maybe a draft pick going forward. But Randle hasn't been all that good this year. I do think we're going to be fine, and we're still going to be a playoff team. But it's definitely disappointing, to say the least, that this team has, I think, underperformed, and we're not a top seed in the Western Conference. And for year number 1, I don't know who I'm going to trade. I don't want to trade away Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I'd like to bring him back. Julius Randle, we're going to re-sign. So let's do that right now. He's probably going to get around $30 million, so we're going to do that, and we are paying a lot of money to these top guys right now. Obviously, Anthony Edwards making a bunch. Gobert refuses to re-sign. Okay, that will be something of note in the offseason if we're going to have to move on from him, and probably just re-sign Naz Reid going forward. System proficiency under Chris Finch is 4-star, 7 seconds or less, and I'm just wondering, should I make any rotations, changes to this rotation? Maybe Julius Randle plays a little bit less, maybe McDaniels plays a little bit less, and screw it, let's just play Naz Reid more minutes a night. Let's see if he can take over, and he's going to be maybe my power forward or center long term. As we do get Anthony Edwards on All-NBA third team this year, I'm kind of shocked he wasn't higher. 54% from the field, 40% from 3, 87% from the line, 28.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, over a steal a night. He was elite this year. Gobert was on all defensive second team, and we got Rob Dillingham on all rookie first team. And we finished the season as the 5th seed, so we ended up being fine in the Western Conference. It's going to be a tough matchup in round 1, a rematch of round 2 last year, because in round 1, we got to take on the Denver Nuggets. And yeah, Russell Westbrook is the 6th man. We'll see if they're going to be better than us. We finished the season with a 4.5 point differential, and I'm going to trim down the rotation for sure in the playoffs. I don't think I'm going to play any rookies. I don't think Rob Dillingham is going to be making this playoff rotation. Naz Reid was better when the minutes went up. He's going to be my starting power forward or center next year. So for the playoffs, like I said, I don't think I'm going to go the rookie route. I don't even know if I want to play Joe Ingles, who wasn't good at all for us this past season. I wouldn't mind a little bit more size. That would be Luka Garza, who I think I may actually just give like 6 minutes a night to. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's going to get 20. We're going to go 28 to Dante, 32 to Naz. I honestly may just start. Oh, man, I kind of want to start Naz over Gobert. They're going to play him off the floor. We're going to go 40 minutes to Ant. Let's go with 29 to McDaniels, 31 to Randall. And let's see if we're able to pull off. It's, I guess, technically an upset. So Denver wins game 1, 124-113. Jokic has a 28-point triple-double and got off to a great start. Dante DiVincenzo hit 21 points off the bench. He had 4 threes in the second unit. We go down 2-0 though. We ended up losing by 22 points. Ant had 20, Conley 19 and 7, Randall 17, 8 and 6. But we're down 2-0. We just lost both of them in Denver, and we lose game 3 as well. And the Knicks cat rebuild, we lost in round 1 against Milwaukee. Naz Reid, 4 of 4. Oh my God, Naz, you're killing me, man. So I'm making the adjustment. Naz Reid is not playing as much. Gobert's going to play more. It does matter maybe for game number 4. We actually ended up beating them by 24 points. Gobert had a 20 and 20 game. Yeah, is he going to be the missing piece for us as we end up winning game 5? I mean, he was always starting. He's just playing more. Randall was great. Gobert had 2 points. 15 rebounds and 6 blocks. Okay. Ant had 32. So here we go. Game number 6. Can we win this game at home to force a game 7? This would be kind of massive if we're able to pull this off. And it's looking like we are going to go to a game 7. Yep, we're not going to collapse. We win by 17. Ant with 34 and 10. Randall with 23. Gobert 18 and 11. We came back down 3-0 to force the game 7. Don't do that for me just to lose game 7. Please win this. We're down by 15. All right. That's unfortunate. Come on, man. Don't do this to me, 2K. Please. All right. Well, we get blown out in game 7. What was the point of me coming back down 3-0 just to make me lose? I'd rather have just gotten swept. I don't know. I guess I feel more comfortable about this team putting up a fight. Naz Reid, who I penciled in as my starting center, was abysmal. Maybe I'm going to get desperate and bring back Gobert. That might have to happen. So the NBA Finals is going to be between the Denver Nuggets and the Knicks. Oh my God, where was this in my Knicks rebuild? Where was this? It took me to like year 5 to win it all. I guess it's because I moved Mitchell Robinson for Grayson Allen. Wow, of course. Of course. Let's see who wins it all. It's going to be the Nuggets. They end up sweeping the Knicks, and Jokic gets his second Finals MVP of his career. So we don't have any Minnesota Timberwolves that retire. I lied. Joe Ingles does end up retiring. He was the one guy I was looking for. Well, him and Mike Conley. And draft lottery time, we're most likely not going to have a pick unless Detroit actually made the playoffs, and I missed that because we have to give Utah our pick at 22 from the Gobert trade. Detroit did not make the playoffs. They had the 11th pick, so hopefully they're better next year. Hopefully that could be like the 15th overall pick for me. So I ended up taking Jaren Stevenson out of Alabama here with the 35th overall pick in this draft. Dylan Harper went 1 to Utah. Nolan Traore, number 2 to Golden State. The Steph Curry replacement eventually. Ace Bailey 3. Somehow Cooper Flagg fell to 4 to the Washington Wizards. So for these guys, Reed, we are going to pick up that option. Like, yeah, where's Randall's team option? Even though it's a player option, but it's a team option. Naz Reid, we're going to decline that because it is a player option, and we're going to re-sign him in free agency. Gobert, I mean, I think he could opt into the $46 million deal. So we're going to do that. Qualifying offers, let's give Jalen Clark and Deshaun Nix these deals. And our number 1 priority is to re-sign Julius Randle, who is on the team. Wait, what? 4 years, 128? I did not give him that. I'm so confused. Is there a glitch in... No, wait. No, I did give him that. I'm so stupid. I am so stupid. I did give him that. I'm losing my memory. I turned 25 today, so maybe I'm getting old. All right, that makes me feel a little bit better. Naz Reid, let's pay him a ton of money to be the 6th man. It's going to come out a hefty price, so let's give him that. It's probably going to be the last year of the Gobert experiment, and I'd like to bring back Nickeil Alexander-Walker on a 3-year deal as well, worth around $28 million. Or it'll be a little bit under 27, actually. So we get both of them back. Very nice. We're theoretically, like, running this team back, I guess. We could sign Lonnie Walker. We could sign Tayshaun Prince, Dario Saric. I'm actually going to sign Steven Adams on a 1-year deal. Yeah, just a 1-year deal, actually, just for some center depth. Anybody switch teams? Nobody really. Well, Fred VanVleet signed a 1-year deal worth $14 million for Utah. That is a great pickup for them. Like, where's Jimmy Butler going? Is he going to the Nets? That could definitely be happening. Is Jimmy Butler... Does he not want to sign with the Nets? They're the only team that's actually giving him a nice offer, but he is hesitant on that. Okay, so we get Clark back, but not Knicks. Randall regresses. Great. Gobert regresses. Conley regresses. Adams regresses. It's going to be an interesting season for sure. We do need to release somebody before the season starts, so maybe that is actually going to be Jalen Clark, who I think could be a good defender. Like, from the film that I watch on him, I think he's actually pretty solid on that end of the floor, but I do think he's going to be... You know what? I'm going to release Steven Adams just because we do have Luka Garza. So as we go into year number 2, this is what the rotation is going to look like. I do want Terrence Shannon Jr. back in there, and he's going to get a decent amount of minutes. Mike Conley is probably not going to play a ton this year, because I do want to see what Rob Dillingham can do. So we're going to go 35 to Ant. Let's go 30 to Randall, 30 to McDaniels, 29 to Gobert. Maybe we do 29 to McDaniels, 30 to Gobert. Naz Reid and DiVincenzo off the bench. Rob Dillingham getting 18 minutes a night, 15 to Walker, 10 to Terrence Shannon Jr. And we're gonna hope that this team, just another year with its chemistry, could be better than what it was last year. We do start off the season barely beating a Clippers team that's obviously in somewhat of a rebuild. So through the first 28 games of the year, we are 18-10. We have a 6.7 point differential. Makes me think we're better than the Thunder. The Dallas Mavericks are insane. I can't wait for that rebuild, because it could get really good, because that Mavericks team is kind of fun. Like over in my Wizards Year 3 episode that I'm recording, don't worry, that's coming out. That team is so much fun to watch. So Anthony Edwards could win MVP this season. He's averaging 29 points off the key, 47% from 3. Julius Randle has been a lot better this year. I don't know what has changed, but I'll take that. Naz Reid, I think, just fits so much better as the sixth man. DiVincenzo is shooting 52% from 3. That's insane. And maybe Rob Dillingham is here. We'll see. And we're here at the trade deadline, 10 games above 500. We are currently the 4th seed in the Western Conference. And I think we have a chance to be better this year than we were last year, which is interesting because we haven't really changed much. And guys are just another year older right now. Jaden McDaniels is shooting 45% from the field, 31% from 3. Like, he could be such an optimal floor spacing 5, or excuse me, stretch 4. I wonder if we would move him to the 4, because he could definitely guard power forwards better than Randall. We move Randall to the 3, but his three-point shot is just cratered right now. I wonder if I try to make an upgraded point guard, but Mike Conley has been efficient. Terrence Shannon Jr., oh man, he's been kind of unfortunate. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, we obviously signed him for his defense. And this could be Gobert's last year here. He's asking for about $20 million a year on an extension. Mike Conley would actually come back. I mean, I'll give it to him. He still may retire at the end of the year. I've come to a point where I'm thinking about trading Rudy Gobert, because I may not have this $46 million salary again. And should I trade Gobert for a point guard, and then I can make Ant, Randall, McDaniels, Naz Reid the 2 through 5. Like, I'm definitely thinking about it. We could maybe trade for Drew Holiday, who's on the trade block. Chris Paul's on the trade block. Damn, the Lakers are 19-32. I mean, I don't really know if there's going to be somebody out there. So let's just see one more year with this team together. Maybe we think about DeJounte Murray in the offseason, even though it feels like he's a black hole wherever he goes. Just team ceiling lowers. So Luka wins MVP in back-to-back seasons. Ace Bailey is your rookie of the year in New Orleans. They have so many wings. Do I try to go get a Zion Williamson or a Brandon Ingram from that team? Maybe. Clint Capella wins 6th man of the year behind Embiid. Wemby wins Depoy. Bones Highland most improved. Nikola Jokic is your clutch player of the year. And Anthony Edwards does not make All-NBA first team or second team, but he does make All-NBA third team again. I feel like he's disrespected. He just had a true shooting percentage of 67%, 41 from 3, 88% from the line. I wonder if, I don't know, man, there's an agenda against Anthony Edwards. So we finished this year as the 4th seed. Last year we were the 5th seed. Now, somebody in the comments, sorry, I forgot who it was, mentioned that I should go to advanced stats and then look at estimated, I think, wins added here. Now, Anthony Edwards, 19 wins added. And this is where you can see the true value in players. Like, there's Randall, DiVincenzo, maybe our 3rd best player. Is Gobert worth it? Is this something 2K likes? Or like Naz Reid, Rob Dillingham, are they overrated? Mike Conley and Terrence Shannon, not great. Like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, like Jaden McDaniels, is he overrated in 2K? I don't know. How is he a negative win added player if that is actually a stat we can look at? This could be a fun exercise to figure out if that is useful. We're taking on the Rockets in the playoffs. I still think I don't know though. Rob Dillingham heated up towards the end of the year. Let's start him at the 1, even though I'd rather Ant still be the point guard on offense, because Rob could definitely go off ball a little bit. We're going to probably not play Terrence Shannon Jr. in the playoffs. We're going to go 17 to Conley. We're going to probably go 13 to Nah. Let's do 27 to Naz and DiVincenzo. Let's do about 27 to Rob Dillingham. Let's do 38 to the Ant-Man, 32 to Gobert. We're taking on a good Houston team. This team is very easy to develop in 2K, and they can get very good very quickly. Game 1 goes to Houston. We lost by 10. It would pain me to see back-to-back first-round exits. It really would. Game number 2 is going to go to Minnesota. All right, we blow them out in game number 2. That's what I'm talking about, Randall. 34 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Give me game 3. There we go. We win by 7. And with 44 points in 32 minutes. Are you kidding me? And we take game number 4. Yes, we can. We're up 3-1. We are 1 game away from winning our first playoff series since round number 2 of the 24 playoffs, when Minnesota obviously beat Denver. They win game 5. Okay, by 22. Are they going to force a game 7? They do not. We win at 6. Let's go. We win by 7, and we advance to round number 2. Rob Dillingham could not miss. See, like, this could be a really good 6-man for us if we want to convert Anthony Edwards to the point guard, and we could probably start DiVincenzo at the 2. And I think for the next round, I'm going to do that. I think Ant's going to be the point guard. We're going to just start DiVincenzo. And then we're going to be taking on, is it the 8 seeded Pelicans? Yes, they beat Luka, who won MVP. I mean, that Pelicans team has a lot of good wings. I mean, we could try to get Trey Murphy in the offseason as well. I mean, he might just be playing on the qualifying offer. So, no, he actually signed an extension. All right. They got to trade one of these wings, right? Like, this Pelicans team is starting Murray and CJ in the backcourt. Yeah, they have Herb Jones and Trey Murphy and Jordan Hawkins off the bench. That's a deep team. Game number 1 goes to the Pelicans. DeJounte Murray probably heard me talking smack. Damn, we just ruined Ant's 36-point performance. Now, I don't want his minutes to kind of get taken from, which it seems like that is, even though his backup position, is it point guard right now? Or is it a small forward? It is currently point guard. All right, so let's see what happens in game number 2. It goes to Minnesota. Ant plays 35 minutes here, drops 34 points. He took 17 free throws, and he's been great for us in the playoffs. He's a 97 overall, and he's just 24 years old. He carries us to a game 3 victory. 30 points for Ant, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Good game from Randall. Good game from Gobert here. Can we go up 3-1 in this series? No, we cannot. They win by 1. That stings a little bit. That definitely does sting. Game number 5 goes to the Timberwolves. We win by 17. Let's just end this series. I don't want to go to a game 7. Boom. Back-to-back series. We blow them out in game 6, and we win second straight series in 6 games. Naz Reid with 20 and 10 off the bench. 3 steals and 3 blocks in that one, too. We're taking on OKC. So these could definitely be the 2 best teams in the Western Conference this season. They have Shea, Christian Brown, Jalen Williams, Aaron Wiggins, Chet Holmgren, with Caruso, Hartenstein, Dort, and Wallace off the bench. Game number 1 goes to OKC. 131-120. Damn, Randall had 33, 10, and 8. All right, game number 2. Can we bounce back? Yes, we can. We end up winning game 2, 115-111. Ant drops 38 points here. I wonder if I should trim down this rotation a little bit more here in the conference finals. I mean, Conley and Nah are shooting the ball well, so it's not like they're shooting me out of games. We win by 22 points here. Gobert had 15 rebounds. Wow. McDaniels with 21. Randall with 21. Dillingham with 20. He's breaking out for us in the playoffs, and you love to see that. Game number 4 goes to OKC. Big game 5 coming. Game 5 is going to go to the Minnesota Timberwolves. We win 118-111. We held them to 9 points in that second quarter. Damn, that first quarter was... How did we... And allow them to score 38 points in the first quarter and then just 9 in the second. I don't know how they fell off. Can we win our 3rd straight series in 6 games? Yes, we can, and we're in the NBA Finals. How about them apples? So the Knicks, who lost in the finals last year, were the 1 seed this year, but they ended up losing to Orlando in round 2, who loses to Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, Randall got Conference Finals MVP over Ant, which is crazy. In the Knicks rebuild, when we won it all, Cat won Conference Finals and Finals MVP. I'm surprised Randall got it over Ant. Okay, so we're taking on the Cavs. Both these teams made massive trades with the Utah Jazz back in the 2022 offseason. Donovan Mitchell obviously goes to Cleveland. Rudy Gobert goes to Minnesota. Game number 1 goes to Cleveland. They win 114-92. Now, not too worried because we lost game 1 against OKC, and we win game 2 here. That's what I'm talking about. 132-108. I believe every single series in these playoffs have started off 1-1. Rob Dillingham has been great. Big game there from Randall. Game number 3 is going to go to the Timberwolves, and we are 2 games away from winning the NBA Finals. Please. Game number 4 goes to Minnesota, and we're 1 game away and drops 39. All right. I do think he's going to get Finals MVP if we do win it all. All right, we're currently up 47-43. It's been back and forth this game. It's been a good one. Here we go. 4th quarter. Can we win this? I haven't made any changes to this team, so I would like to, I don't know. I'd like to win it all this year. Can have a little bit of stress off my back. 122 apiece. We're up by 3. All right, so we do have Mike Conley in, which I don't really know if I want. I kind of want the starters in soon, but I actually want DiVincenzo, yeah, on the floor, who's guarding Donovan Mitchell. And DiVincenzo is a quick defender. Can he stay in front of Donovan Mitchell? We're up by 3. Oh my God, Mitchell's just trying. Can I get a help defender? Oh my God, where were you, McDaniels? All right, so I have Gobert and McDaniels on the floor together. They should be able to improve this defense, let's say. So they're putting Evan Mobley on Anthony Edwards. Are you? Oh my God, that is insane. What? Oh my God. That's on me. I knew that was going to happen. All right, Ant stay in front of Mitchell. Okoro to the rim. He hits that, and we're down by 1. All right, that was the worst pass of all time. I mean, that was the worst floppy set I've ever seen. Why is Evan Mobley guarding Anthony Edwards? Okay, this means we have Gobert. Kick that to Randall on the corner, who's guarded by Darius Garland. Please, are they sending the double? They are. McDaniels, I need this so badly. My God. Can I please get somebody in drop coverage? All right, there we go. Edwards is guarding Darius Garland. This is fine, man. These guys are shifty on Hall of Fame. Randall guarding Mobley, who's not really an elite 3-point shooter by any means. They're trying to go to like Okoro in the post, it seemed like. Here we go. We're here. We're here. No way, Garland. No way. Huge miss right there. They're really running. Wait, okay, no. So yeah, now we have Okoro guarding Anthony Edwards. Can Ant get around him? Find Randall inside. Easy pick and roll. Randall finishes that. We're back up by 1. Oh my God, Donovan Mitchell is too shifty. He takes a jumper. He should have just went straight to the rim. That was a a wild shot. Okay, we have Jared Allen guarding Anthony Edwards. Please, please score here. We could go to Gobert in the post, but let's just get around him with Ant. This should be easy. Yeah, nice pickup D there. Okay. I should have kicked it out to DiVincenzo. I am not beating the allegations in this game whatsoever. I am making really costly moves. Garland for 3. Oh my god, that puts him up by 2. They're seriously putting, what, Mobley on... Wow, Ant, that's insane. All right, kick it to Randall in there. Are they going to send the double? They are. Randall, out to McDaniels. Okay, I could have shot that. Kick it back to Randall. Are they going to send the double again? DiVincenzo, 3 ball. My god, Gobert, please get off the floor. Oh, we're going to lose this game, aren't we? Yep, oh my god, he hit that. Jeez. All right, I'm just stressing myself out, and this has not been a fun game whatsoever. All right, can Gobert and Ant switch, please? Oh my god, okay, well, this is not good. McDaniels, good help defense. Okoro, not a great three-point shooter, but he knocks that down. Ant gets around Mobley with ease. Please, I need an N1. We don't get it there. All right, tie game, that was quick. Donovan Mitchell going right at DiVincenzo, but unfortunately, we foul him. All right, so it is 132 apiece. Mitchell's probably going to make both of these. Unfortunately, Naz Reid has fouled out because I was thinking about putting him at the 5, which gives me elite floor spacing, but it looks like they're not doing Mobley on Edwards anymore. Okay, so... Oh, come on, Ant. Let's just cook Garland. Let's cook Garland. Ant. Oh, I kind of wanted to pull up right there. All right, somebody come out, please. I need help. All right, there you go, Randall. Guarded by Evan Mobley, who's really tight on him. All right, kick it out to McDaniels. This is not good. I don't really love this offensive possession whatsoever. I don't really like McDaniels having to do too much work, and I'm going to have to cut that from the video. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to cut that. That was honestly the worst possession of my 2K25 experience so far. That was actually awful. You would think a 2-year-old is trying to operate this game right now. All right, we have a chance to tie it. I think I would like to go for the quick 2. Oh, McDaniels is open. Kick it out to McDaniels. McDaniels, please. Oh, man, I messed that release up. All right, at least we were up 3-1. You know what? I definitely lost that game on purpose because I wanted to win on our home floor. You probably already commented, Matt, you're trash at 2K. Well, I wanted to... I'm messing. All right, come on. Can we actually win on our home floor? Or are we about to blow a 3-1 lead, please? Oh my god, we're on our home floor and we're gonna lose this. We're okay, down by 5, please. Down by 3. Trust me, I'm not gonna play this one again. I already learned my lesson. All right, 2 minutes to go. Down by 3. Mike Conley's in this game. So is Ant. So is Naz Reid. And I think Rob Dillingham is as well. As Naz has the ball. He's guarded by Jared Allen. Okay, now Edwards takes a terrible shot over Allen. What are you doing? Oh, God, and we have just nobody really guarding Donovan Mitchell. Oh, wow, great job by Rob Dillingham to get a hand on that ball. That was going to be an easy bucket. Don't get an 8-second violation, please. All right, come on, Ant. I need you to cook. I need you to cook. Gobert, give him a screen. Or get it to Gobert. He's guarded by Donovan Mitchell. They're going to send the double, right? Gobert, back him down. Oh, my God, former Jazz teammates, and he misses. All right, well, all right. We win the finals or not. This is Gobert's last series as a Timberwolves anyway. But that was just embarrassing. What are we doing? As Garland gets around them and he finds Okoro, who hasn't missed in this series, and he hits another 3. Oh my god. All right, Anthony Edwards, just get to the rim, attack. There we go. Oh my god, he just posterized Donovan Mitchell. That was actually kind of insane that he was able to finish that. Yeah, that was sick. All right, Darius Garland driving. Yeah, Rob Dillingham, not a good defender whatsoever. He blows right by him, puts them up by 6 with 47 seconds left. Obviously, I just want the best shot possible, but I think we kind of need a 3 here. I don't know if Chris Finch is going to run anything up. Ant to the rim. He doesn't even finish that. That's game. We're going to a game 7. Great. Who is ready for this? Game 7 of the NBA Finals. I'm not. On the road against Cleveland. I'm scared. Am I really about to blow a 3-1 lead? I deserve every bit of this. I really do. Oh my god. We're about to blow a 3-1 lead in the finals. Are you kidding me? Really? Oh my god. We just got freaking blown out. Game 7, we lose by 18. I am the worst 2K player ever. Oh my god, I'm so angry. We should have won it all this year. Come on. Oh my god. And there goes Mike Conley. Even though I inked him to a 1-year extension, he's like, I can't recover from that one, as they end up losing the finals. Now, I don't know what team Gobert's going to be on next year. It's not going to be our team. I got to figure out, though, is there going to be a sign and trade possible? Or is he just going to leave for nothing? Also, if the Pistons are not in the lottery, we get their first round pick, which is great. We do own our pick at 23, which is nice. And unfortunately, we have to give them their pick back. We definitely aren't going to be able to pick at number 3. Yeah, they literally won the lottery there to go up in the top 3. Or were they really bad this year? Because usually Detroit is good at this time. Yeah, no, they were bad. 29 and 53. What are we doing, Detroit? All right, so at least we have a first round pick here. Now, guys I want to trade, it's very thin. Like, I want to keep Ant, I want to keep Randall, I want to keep Nas. I mean, I would trade Nah. I want to keep DiVincenzo. So it's Nah and Jaden McDaniels that I think about trading. And I wonder if we could find a better floor spacing 5 that's also a good defender, which is incredibly tough to find a stretch 5, right? Like Karl Anthony Towns, they don't grow on trees. And if you can get somebody that's as good of a shooter as Towns, but even better defender, like that's insanely tough. I mean, Sabonis has developed into somewhat of an okay shooter. I wonder if it's possible to steal him from Sacramento. I would include Jaden McDaniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Would that be enough? We would acquire $2 million more, so I'd probably have to move my first round pick as well, which we'd have to wait on. So I drafted Lewis Collins, a point guard, 19 years old, out of Ohio State with my first round pick. The top guy in this draft was named Patrick Pierce, who ended up going to the Lakers. Yeah, this draft class looks not great right now. So let's revisit these Sabonis talks. Can I move Jaden McDaniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker for Domantas Sabonis? And I could either include our first round pick, or I can include like maybe Leonard Miller, Jaren Stevenson, or yeah, obviously I can move Lewis Collins. What about Jaren Stevenson? Will they do this trade? This is a pretty risky one, and they say no. I could give you that Pistons pick that is from the Karl Anthony Towns trade. I think they say yes to this. So our lineup would probably be Ant at the 1, Dante at the 2, which would leave Rob Dillingham as a 6th man. I could honestly go Randall at the 3, Naz Reid at the 4, Sabonis at the 5, which is kind of interesting, but we definitely lack some ball handling ability, and Sabonis has not really been a good three-point shooter over the last few years. All right, let's just see what goes on with the whole Rudy Gobert situation as well. Can we find a sign and trade that would make sense out there? So yeah, let's give Gobert I think teams would probably want a 2-year deal worth $50 million, and then we'll see if we could do a sign and trade. So yeah, we are going to sign Rudy Gobert to a 2-year deal worth $52 million, and Chicago is interested in trading for Gobert. They would be willing to give me a first-round pick, top 3 protected in 2028, and Patrick Williams, who is similar to Jaden McDaniels, but I think could only make the bench better, and this means we're going to start Naz Reid. We're going to do this trade, and that is a nice return for Rudy Gobert. So we could definitely use another big man. It could be Santi Aldama. It could be Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. I'll offer Santi Aldama a 2-year deal worth around $10 million. I mean, could I maybe get Jonas Valanciunas and a first-round pick for Nickeil Alexander-Walker? They say no to that. Do I have a player I would give you? Like, I don't know if Luka Garza would waive that. No trade clause. He would. And I'll give you Josh Minot as well. Does he want to do that? He waives it. All right. As much as I wanted Leonard Miller to ever crack this rotation, I don't think he will. Or I could throw in Jaren Stevenson now. Financially, we can't do that. What about Leonard Miller? Can we do that? We can. And they agree to that. Okay, so we just got a first-round pick for Nickeil Alexander-Walker and some other guys. This is going to be an interesting team next year for sure. I am going to make Patrick Williams at small forward. He goes up to an 81. If I make Ant a point guard, he goes down, but he's still a 94, so I'm okay with that. I'm going to make Rob Dillingham a shooting guard. There we go. And yeah, we are going to test out 1 year of Anthony Edwards as a point guard. If it doesn't work out, we could look to move Jaden McDaniels or Patrick Williams again next offseason. So Anthony Edwards is a 95 overall still. We still see a lot of player progression, which is good, and I think we have an elite bench in this league. So it's going to be a little bit smaller. Yeah, we're going to have Naz Reid, we're going to have Randall, McDaniels, Ant, and DiVincenzo starting, Dillingham, Pat Will, Santi Aldama, Terrence Shannon Jr., like something like this off the bench. I think Santi and Valanciunas can get 10 minutes apiece. Let's go 15 minutes for TSJ. It's a big year for him. If he doesn't kind of break out this year, he's probably going to be out of my future plans. And as the starting 1, DiVincenzo, Randall, there's Naz Reid. And I am excited about this team for sure. Like, I think Patrick Williams could be really good for this squad. Under Chris Finch, we are 4.5 stars, 7 seconds or less. And maybe in that system, it's going to be better to have Naz Reid in it as the starting center. We drop 131 points on opening night. Reid had 22 points, 11 rebounds, and knocked down 5 threes. Hey, that's a great start. So at the trade deadline, we're 33-18. The Naz Reid at the 5 experiment seems to be working. We have the second best point differential in the West. Our defense is really good. I think we have the #1 offense as we do. That's exciting, man. I mean, just having 5 out right now is great. I know Naz lacks a little bit of the size, but 16.5 points, 7.2 rebounds, 41 from 3 from my center. He's an 87 overall. That's elite. And if I moved him to a power forward, he'd be close to a 90 overall, in my opinion. Rob Dillingham has been a great 6-man for us. I mean, at one point, Randall's 32. Do I think about acquiring a center, moving Naz Reid to the 4, and then I think just benching Randall at this point of his career? Like, I want to win it with him, and I will. I'm never going to get rid of him because he's the title and thumbnail, and so is Dante. He's going nowhere. But maybe this team could be a little bit better. Maybe Patrick Williams ends up starting at the power forward spot. He's shooting 46% from 3. And I actually want to test that out throughout the rest of the season. What if I made Patrick Williams the starting power forward? Randall gets around 25 minutes a night. and then we did probably 30 minutes to Pat Will. The system proficiency goes down a little bit. Let's just see how it performs. And I think Dante is due for an extension. There we go. Let's ink him up 3 years. It's going to be around 17 million a year. So that's 51 million plus over 3 years. That's a nice deal for him. And Luka wins another MVP award. Boogie Fland, who's currently at Arkansas now, wins Rookie of the Year a couple years after he's drafted. Nolan Troyer still behind Steph Curry, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy, Kaman Malak, most improved in Indiana. I wonder if that means Miles Turner would be on the block. And J-Dub, Clutch Player of the Year. He averaged 27 points. Wow. So Luka Doncic, Jokic, Wemby, Giannis, and Ja on All-NBA first team. Second team, we finally get Anthony Edwards, not on third team. He's getting at least a little bit more respect than he deserves. And we finish the season as the 2 seed in the Western Conference. We're going up against the 7th seeded Suns, who have De'Aaron Fox and Devin Booker, which is pretty sweet. That could have happened if they didn't fumble that 2017 draft, but they no longer have KD. And Anthony Edwards led this team in scoring, followed by Naz Reid, Rob Dillingham, Julius Randle, who is clearly regressing. 13 points, 8 rebounds, 4.5 assists. There's Dante DiVincenzo, 40% from 3. Jaden McDaniels, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 38% from 3. And there's Patrick Williams, who is an elite 3-point shooter as well. Now, I wonder about this whole estimated wins added, in which Anthony Edwards is a beast, then Dillingham, Reed, DiVincenzo, Randall. All right. It's just interesting to look at. So round number 1 against Phoenix, please come out with a series victory, just like we did. Okay, they don't sweep them like first round in 2024, but they gentlemen sweep them. We win in 5. We're taking on Dallas in round number 2. Anthony Edwards averaged 27 points. Looks like Rob Dillingham wasn't good inside, but still was a plus 3-point shooter. Round number 2 is against Dallas. Luka, Kyrie, Chris Murray, Grant Williams, and Derek Lively. Jaden Hardy, Corey Kispert, PJ Washington, Isaiah Jackson, all off the bench. Game number 1 goes to Minnesota, 128-116. Anthony Edwards with 48 points and 10 rebounds. Really good game here. 11 threes he hit. Game number 2 is going to go to Dallas, 151-139. Naz Reid had 36. Anthony Edwards had 26. Rob Dillingham had 21. But Luka just had a 41-point triple-double. Game number 3 goes to Minnesota. Oh my God, we dropped 166. Anthony Edwards with 38. Naz Reid with 30. Okay. Game number 4 goes to Minnesota, 151-118. 64 combined between Anthony Edwards and Rob Dillingham. 24 for Randall, 22 and 10 for McDaniels. Game number 5 goes to Dallas. They win 133-127. Can we please win game 6? Please. There we go. 129-128. Luka had a 50-point triple-double. It did not matter because Patrick Williams just dropped 35, 10, and 7. Oh my God, Pat Will. I see you. Holy crap, he's a beast. And we're in the conference finals taking on the Pelicans, a team we beat last year. They have Denny Avdia, they have Zion. Brandon Ingram is the 6th man now. Okay, they no longer have Herb Jones. Game 1 goes to Minnesota. Game 2 to Minnesota. Game 3 to Minnesota. Let's do this. Let's sweep them, and we sweep them. Anthony Edwards is your conference finals MVP. Giannis in the East. So we have Minnesota versus Milwaukee, neighboring states against each other. Let's see if we're able to pull this off. Those are the season stats. Here are the playoff stats. Anthony Edwards is averaging 31 points. Pat Will, 16. Rob Dillingham, 17. Naz Reid has struggled. Maybe the lights are too bright for Naz. But can we beat Milwaukee? Still led by Dame and Giannis. They have Andrew Wiggins, Gary Trent Jr., Mitchell Robinson, Rozier, Andre Jackson, and Marvin Bagley. Game 1 goes to Minnesota. We win 118-113. Dante with 22 points. Game number 2 goes to Minnesota, 143-137. Anthony Edwards with 29, Patrick Williams with 20, McDaniels with 18, Randall with a double-double in this one. Can we go up 3-0? Nope, they win game 3, 114-103. Game number 4 goes to Minnesota, 117-115. Pat Will found out, hey, I don't care. We're 1 game away from winning the NBA Finals. But we were in this position last year. Last year, we blew a 3-1 lead against Cleveland. If I have to hop in, I am not playing it. We are going to watch it because I am not blowing this lead again. I think we're going to be okay this time around, actually. We should be okay. So we have McDaniels in, we have Naz in. Giannis is guarded by Naz. Gary Trent Jr. guarded by Ant, who pulls up. That is no good. Rebounded by McDaniels. Things are looking good. If we could just score maybe 1 bucket here. Ant, 3-ball. Oh, I thought we were going to get it. He goes right at Tyler Smith. He finishes with the left hand. It's looking good for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Giannis inside trying to go at Naz Reid. He goes up. That is, I thought that was blocked by Naz. And we are up by 10, and they are not going to foul. They're not even going to send the double team. They're going to allow me to waste 20 seconds. So we're going to get it done. Anthony Edwards guarded by Terry Rozier. He's going to do his signature move. Let's see. Right in his face. Can he hit that? That would be so sick. He misses that. But the Minnesota Timberwolves getting it done. After blowing a 3-0 lead last year, 3-1 lead, we end up winning it all here. in the 2027 season. Dante DiVincenzo is pumped up. Same with Pat Will. Naz Reid's pumped up as well. And we get an NBA Finals. I didn't even have to blow up this team too much. I thought maybe McDaniels was going to have to get traded, but Mike Conley retires. We trade Gobert for Patrick Williams, and we win it all. I decided to move Randall to the bench. Hey, we have Jonas Valanciunas and Aldama over there. I didn't think this Minnesota Timberwolves team really needed to make too many moves, and I didn't make crazy moves in this video. We definitely involved more gameplay because this team is right there. It really is. You have somebody to build around in Anthony Edwards. I wonder if it gets interesting with Reed, Randall, and Gobert all potentially being free agents next year. How different is this Wolves team going to look trying to avoid the second apron? Because clearly they tried starting that this offseason by moving away Karl-Anthony Towns. But we build the team around the Ant-Man. He's the point guard, and he's going to get Finals MVP for sure. And we win it all, obviously, with the Finals MVP. What is Dante DiVincenzo? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Oh wow. That is insane. I mean, he shot 60% from 3. He averaged 16.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. You would have thought, like, if it's one of the two guys, it'd be Randall that gets it. Dante DiVincenzo, Finals MVP in a series in which Ant only averaged 20 points. Okay. Wow, it was really up in the air. I still would have given it to the Ant-Man. That's crazy. So yeah, now Dante DiVincenzo's name is engraved in NBA history with Mitchell, Jokic, Jaylen Brown, probably the worst player to win Finals MVP. Since Andre Iguodala, maybe at this point, DiVincenzo would be better than 2015 Iggy. Does he start to be in conversations for the worst Finals MVP ever? Maybe, honestly. So yeah, that is pretty wild. I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments which team we should rebuild next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.